for Alpha Prime. Career start number 2, raced in the Xfinity Series at Darlington earlier in the campaign, finished 28th full-time.
We've got to ride on board with LeVar yesterday, and we saw him downshifting in turns 1 and 2, and I'm going to say he was thinking about doing it right there as much as he had to.
Personality, fun on social media, great content there. Don't think he'll love that lap.
No.
Nikolai.
Wiggled around in the braking zone. He had to back to the throttle, and you heard him say it was.
I got a full experience of Big 12 football under my belt. It helps me because we know what to.
And you sort of overspeed the center. That he had yesterday, not to go back out and do the. And it's all about timing. When you hit the brake.
Good exit, though. Look at that.
Definitely did that well. And when you hit that brake and you get the downshift done and then sort of let the car do its rotation for a second and then try to get back the throttle. Don't rush it.
Lost a little coming through 3 and 4. We'll see what he does off the corner back to the start-finish line. Lost a 1/10 of a second there, actually. Got to be good enough for third. 33.63 for Alfredo.
You know, yesterday the fastest was a 33. get more cars here as to what is good. I think the track's probably a little faster than yesterday, but
and you got to think it's going to continue to get quicker once we get through 15 or 20 cars. It just seems like every week. And Parker, the one thing I noticed, look how clean the track is on the bottom versus, you know, 1 or 2 lanes up where they have run that in with the tire dragging, trying to get that outer groove built in. And we saw yesterday a bunch of rubber coming off and being on the outside, and we felt like that.
Thomas Annunziata in the 70. About a half a second off the fast time turned in by Corey Day. Annunziata across the start-finish line. He is 6th, Kim.
Technology Raceway is Sheldon Creed, both in trucks and ARCA. So how optimistic are you about what you can do in the Xfinity?
Right. Excited to be here. Really glad NASCAR brought us back here for the Xfinity Series. And yeah, I feel okay. And then felt good about it. So yeah, I don't really know, but hopefully we can put up a lap as fast as Xfinity Mobile here, and yeah, just keep trying hard and trying to be better, and hopefully have a good day to kind of roll into the playoffs.
And I go back to a conversation that I had with him prior to Portland. I felt like that was I don't feel as good about my chances there because of the Connor effect on road that he's enjoyed here in the other series. Green did go out and make his
to be a good one. It is the Worldwide Technology Raceway.
High atop the flag stand, the green flag.
Nice little look back at the history of Worldwide Technology Raceway, and it's amazing to me, and I had to read it 3 times before I believed. We hadn't raced here in the Xfinity Series since 2010, but a good snapshot there of some of the wonderful moments and the big names that have been to victory lane at this place.
Oh, what a slide by Parker Retzloff right here.
Right into your living room off of turn 2.
That was wild. I'd have to think he downshifted, got back to the throttle, and it didn't quite have the right rear grip. Such an excellent qualifier. I don't think he's going to be happy with the result of this one, but you see he tries and goes to get everything.
He did it. Yeah, he did a really good job down in 3 and 4. He lost all that momentum on the exit of 2. See, he gets to the gas right here, starts sliding up the track. Look at the black marks he left. That's such
awesome.
a cool feeling inside of the car, but you know you've lost so much momentum when that happens.
Retzloff 6th of the 11 that have taken time. Here's Garrett Smithley in the 14. Had that top 10 run a couple of weeks ago at Daytona.
He was pumped about that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Teammate Nick Lights has wrapped his qualifying run, currently 8th.
Tell you what, it looks to me like everybody's struggling in turns 1 and 2. And I mean, it just looks like they're stopping, trying to get turned. And that's one of the challenges of this track. 3 and 4 having that huge radius corner. It's so far around there, but with how tight the radius is in 1 and 2, it's so hard to get a balance on your car to be good on both of those ends.
And it's an awkward visual into 1. Like you have the wall, both sides, and you're sort of heading down so straight, and then it's like you get down there and suddenly, oh, I've got to turn. So it's just a very awkward corner. Kim, you caught up with someone?
Yeah, Ryan Sieg climbed aboard his car, but he said he would take the interview down here in a must-win situation for the playoffs. So how important will starting position be in your campaign to win here this afternoon?
Yeah, no, I thought we unloaded with the car almost as fast as Xfinity Mobile, but I think we're going to have to keep up with the track. It seemed like the track gripped up and then started sliding around. So I think whoever can keep up with track all day is important, and track position is going to be king. So we're going to try to keep our psyops forward out front, maybe do some strategy to keep it up there.
Track position is going to be enormous, and qualifying is big because of that. You guys referenced some of the things going on here. Going to be fun to watch those drivers that have so much on the line. One little bobble and it could change everything. Here's Dean Thompson, 8, and in a backup car. What's the latest on their situation?
Right, team pulled a little bit of an all-nighter trying to get that backup ready. This was down to turn 1 on his mock run, just overcooked the entry. Said he possibly was sort of using his notes from trucks to go into turn 1 here. That's too late of a braking zone, the low downforce of these Xfinity Series cars. Got in the wall, and they didn't feel like they could get that car up to spec, so in a backup.
That's a great corner right here by Eric Almirola. We heard him downshift as well, but it looked to me like that car turned way better than everybody.
Nearly as I'd like, but still ahead.
If you want a glimpse of what it's going to take to win the pole, Eric's probably going to show us. And look at that tracker. 1/4 of a second in his pocket as he comes off of turn 4. Really good lap for the 19. Top of the board, Eric Almirola, 33.15, driving for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Yeah, great lap. I mean, visually, we didn't even need a tracker to see the speed that the 19 had. And we talked about yesterday, I thought he was one of the best cars, not only on the short run, but also on the long run. And, you know, they've done a great job again this weekend here in qualifying.
If you're into numerology, it's interesting. You go from the 19 to the 91, just a little inversion here.
Hey,
I didn't know where you were going with that.
I was curious.
Oh, whoa, get her back down.
That's way up the track.
Matt Mills driving the 91 this weekend. Haven't seen him in a couple of weeks. By the way, that lap turned in for Eric Almirola. New track record here at St. Louis.
Oh, you got to say it, though. New track record.
I didn't do it.
I know.
So that you could.
No, thank you.
Actually, I was saving it for you. I'm a team player.
That would be the numerology that I'm into, the new track record.
That's right. Eric Almirola likes it. 14th rather for Matt Mills.
Matt had this moment down in turn 1. He had the same thing happen to him yesterday in practice. Actually locked up the tires into turn 1 in practice. So just a little lock up there from the left front. Hasn't quite figured out what the level of speed is into turn 1 with that car.
Ryan Ellis, the team car, out in the 71. Talk about the top 10 for Garrett Smithley at Daytona. Ellis just missed getting his second in 2025. Finished 11th a couple of weeks ago at the World Center of Racing.
Yeah, that car is super squirrely, not only under braking, but also on exit. I thought based on what it looked like, I think the tracker looks a little better. It looked to me like he was really lacking rear grip in the 71 today.
All right, was still wiggling. I felt like I kind of backed it off in the center there. Yeah. He got the message from the race car. Hey,
don't overdrive me. I'm loose. Yeah, that's right.
Virginia driver is 10th. Just missed out on jumping into the 33-second bracket. Here's Kyle Sieg in the 28. Back in the 28. Turned the keys over last weekend to Joey Hand and rode the 53, but it was a deal set up by Ford, partnering with the Siegs, but he's back in comfortable surroundings this week.
That was a nice 1 and 2. You heard the downshift late, but it really wrapped the bottom well.
Yeah, and that's the key, right? When you see the downshift or you hear it, you want to see how far up the racetrack they go, and very similar to the 19, he was able to maintain really good mid-corner speed. Same thing down here in 3 and 4. Just looks like that car doesn't quite have the grip that the 19 did.
Good effort for Sieg to put him up to 4th, Kim.
And today's race will be the regular season finale with that Sam Mayer, one of the 3 drivers still in contention for the regular season championship. You have a little ground to make up, though. I know 50 points, but as we look at the summer stretch, you've been the only driver that's been able to find victory lane outside of Connor Zillage. So how optimistic are you in that goal here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that one race that we won, I feel pretty similar at this racetrack. I feel like our Audubon Ford Mustang is really, really good today. So, yeah, we'll kind of see how it goes in qualifying. I feel like we have the speed to do it. This racetrack is kind of just fits my comfort zone a little bit. So hopefully the car's as fast as Xfinity Mobile and all the guys stick with me throughout the day. It's going to be a long day. I guess a long night too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be kind of the big 3, I guess, going for it. So based off practice yesterday, it's going to be an interesting one. So see how it goes.
That race win we were talking about happened at Iowa earlier this summer.
And Kim, we go from one Haas factory driver to another. Sam Mayer talking on the pit lane. His teammate Sheldon Creed on track. You know, he went wide.
It was ugly.
Yeah, and
it was ugly.
Nervous,
yeah,
but boy, he gathered it in and ends up going to second, 33-38 for a driver that's won here a pair of times in the Craftsman Truck Series.
Did Sam term himself the big 3?
Well, he did. He kind of put himself in his own category there. That was interesting.
And I think we should identify who those drivers are. It would be Sam, Justin Allgaier, the reigning champ, and Connor Zillage, who's been so good this year. Ford is second. Ford is on track. Pretty good lap going for Ryan Sieg. Lost a little bit coming off of 2. We'll see what he does in 3 and 4.
Yeah, he looked so good according to our tracker. He's getting a little bit back here.
He needs to start up there if he's going to have a chance to upset the apple cart, win his way into the playoffs, and how about that? Jumps in front of Creed, fastest Ford, Ryan Sieg, 33-366. Thank you very much, with an assist from the radio. Qualifying is half done. through the qualifying session, Eric Almirola leads. Here's Jeremy Clements, one of the 3 drivers in the field tonight that has actually raced here in the Xfinity Series. He, Justin Allgaier, Matt DiBenedetto.
He'll be on that list of a lot of starts, I would assume, in the Xfinity Series.
He went over 500 earlier this year. How about that? And, you know, a year from now,
he'll be the most, right?
The all-time leader, passing Kenny Wallace if he hangs around, and we would anticipate that he will do that. In fact, the last time we raced here, October 2010, Jeremy finished inside the top 10.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. Good stat, Adam. Like you did your homework.
And you know what? If he was coming to the checkers, I would have managed it really well. But instead, he was just taking the green, and that means you two have to fill the window until he finishes.
Well, it would have been, you know, the thing that sticks out to me as we watch all these guys is I would have thought there wouldn't be downshifting in qualifying. It'd be the one time you can roll enough corner speed. So that tells me that as much as they can manage that tonight, we're going to see a lot of shifting. And I like that because it's a lot of opportunity for people to make mistakes.
And we talked to some teams and drivers, and they remarked about maybe going into this. They weren't quite sure from the sim how much that would correlate, how much shifting there would be, but after practice yesterday, someone told me they felt like shifting would happen every lap. So it's definitely worth something. You just get too low on the RPMs if you keep it in 4th gear.
I just love that Jamie is openly rooting for people's failures. You know what I mean?
I don't want anyone to fail. I just like the fact that they have to be precise.
It's not what he tells me before I go on TV every time.
I don't mind if Parker fails.
Yeah.
Other than that, I do, though. I think the shifting brings a whole new element into it, and it, you know, not only with managing the downshifts and how loose you get on entry, but also, you know, as we saw with some of these guys, the how loose they get on exit as well. It's just a little different dynamic for the race.
Sammy Smith won his way into the playoffs at Rockingham back in the springtime. Had those back-to-back top 3 finishes before last week at Portland, and the 8 car goes to position number 8. Kim?
And last chance for Jeb Burton to find himself a playoff spot, -31 to the cut line entering tonight's race. So, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm hoping my car owner's on the track right now, so I'm a little distracted watching that. But I'm hoping our car's as fast as Xfinity Mobile here, and I can have a good starting spot so we can get some stage points on my cousin. That's the plan. We had a decent practice yesterday. We were 4th, and hopefully made the right adjustments, and we can go get a really good starting spot. That's what we need. We got to get stage points, Kim. It's crunch time. We got to be really fast and do all we can. But really proud of my guys this year. We're the first team without a big alliance and with no cup support. So no matter what happens today, really proud of my guys, and keep fighting.
Jordan Anderson, the boss man, and Jeb referenced that he was out there as 12. And I got to say a big attaboy to this organization because they put all 3 of their cars in the top 10 last Saturday at Portland. First time they've ever done that. Just an outstanding effort for the trio of drivers. Austin Green driving the 32, Blaine Perkins in the 31 that we'll see later, and obviously Jeb.
And this is a really fast 1 and 2 by Brandon Jones right now. How's he losing on the exits? Like Eric got off that corner so well, loses it all down the backstretch.
Yeah, you got to think he had to check up a little bit as he got out by the wall and lost that momentum. See if he can get some of it back. I can't imagine you can get 2/10 back.
Yeah, it's a lot to make up in 3-4. It's like it's
kind of maintained it there.
Their lap is made or broken in turn 1 and 2.
Right.
Toyota teammates at the top. Jones is second behind Almirola, 33-34. And that takes me to something that Kim referenced during practice yesterday and how the playoff schedule sets up nicely for Brandon Jones. When you look where we're going, tracks where he's enjoyed success, tonight could be a real good send-off to them to the postseason to get them ready to go out and make some moves. Here's Brennan Poole. Good start to the lap, driving to 44.
Similar situation, just starts to lose it down the backstretch.
His teammates have already been out. LeVar Scott, Parker Retzlaff.
And I would think we've made it far enough long in qualifying, Parker, that when the track, if it was going to go through a transition of getting, you know, clean from other cars running, that we would have been there now. It doesn't seem like there's been a huge pickup.
Poole right there behind his teammate Parker Retzlaff in 13th, Kim.
And William Sawalich riding the momentum of his runner-up finish last weekend at Portland. But as we look at this track, you've never raced here in any other series. So what was your approach coming into this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was a new track for everybody, but some had some experience in the truck series. But Yesterday in practice looked good for us. Our Sound Gear Geo Super was as fast as Xfinity Mobile, and our teammates look good right now, and hopefully we can join them.
There you have it. That's William Swalch. He did tell me yesterday it was kind of a positive not to come in here having raced anything else because he had no preconceived notions to lead him in the wrong direction.
You see who's in the back of that shot talking to his crew chief there? Eric O'More. He's P1 right now, obviously telling him, hey, here's what I felt, here's what I experienced, here's what I suggest maybe you guys do.
Blaine Perkins, 12th. Eric is a great asset for Joe Gibbs Racing. Not just
his role is different now.
Yeah, he can come over here and win races, but I mean, you talk about young drivers and someone that can really give some information and help the overall group. I mean, Eric is the perfect guy for that.
And he's been working with William Swalch through this year, all sorts of different things, from the sim to
Wow,
you know,
look
just
at that lap.
Oh yeah, wow.
What a lap by Daniel Dye right here. Incredible turns 1 and 2.
He said the heck with Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah. How about Team Colleague? Guy who's been here in a truck is really flashing it and qualifying. Oh, it started to go away.
Can he get it back?
3 and 4 got him.
I think the tracker messed up on us there. That was, you didn't give up 2/10 on entry to 3. That seems,
wow.
33-24.
Still a great lap.
Second for Daniel Dye. Okay, let's start talking about winning you're in.
Yeah.
No offense to Daniel, but there were a few drivers we had on that short list based on practice yesterday. He wasn't really in the category that we thought would do it, but you go out and get it done in qualifying, you might have a chance. Here's a driver that just wants to maintain, comes in above the cut line very comfortably. Rookie Taylor Gray, his teammates really good. Almirola at the top, Jones is third.
Yeah, and even though we know Taylor's going to be in on points most likely, he's a guy that with the 2 second-place finishes he has this year, he's somebody that very clearly could win tonight, and I expect to see him to be able to win before the year's over.
And we have another new track record. Taylor Gray blistering 33.033. That is impressive in the 54.
Good job. P1 33 flat. Nice work.
His crew chief, Jason Ratcliffe, won a race here for Joe Gibbs Racing on the box for Kyle Busch 2009. Kyle won 9 races that year, went on to win the championship. Now we have the first of the big 3. I say that with a giggle only because Sam came up with that and not us. Hey, if he was here, I would say it to him.
We're definitely going to harass him about that.
He was fast in practice yesterday.
Curse the
plenty
wall.
of green here.
Yeah, another great lap going. I said the track might not be transitioning, and now all of a sudden the last 3 cars have been incredible. I mean, this guy was fastest in practice yesterday, so we expected to see Mayer have really good speed here in qualifying, and wow, put together another great lap.
Taylor Gray didn't even get his helmet off as the fastest driver, and once again, Parker,
it's a new track record.
This was wild.
Oh, that is close.
Parker sounds like a 12-year-old boy saying that. It doesn't have the same effect.
No. Mayer, the only driver to go south of 33 seconds. And someone who's got a totally different focus tonight, and that's Harrison Burton. Comes in 31 points above the playoff cut line. Jeb talked about the importance of getting stage points. Harrison knows they've got to take care of business in that regard as well. Step number 1, qualify up front. Look at the tracker. 25 is getting it done.
Yeah, and he was 18th in practice yesterday. I didn't see a tremendous amount of speed. Thought he had some brake issues. Pedal being really soft in practice, but great lap for Harrison, P3.
Third is awesome for that team.
Hey, Jamie, I think the track heard you. And it was like, oh, yeah? Watch this.
Yeah, hold my beer.
10 to go. Qualifying's been eventful so far, and we'll see who starts on the pole tonight when we return. Austin Hill among the drivers we'll see on track here. Talk about pressure in qualifying. Profess that you're one of the big three. You're coming off a day where you were fastest in practice, and then you go out and you lay down a lap in qualifying. Sam Mayer, the man so far in St. Louis.
Monster lap, and it was really exciting too, right? Out near the wall off of 2, and then had a bit of a wiggle off of 4, and he just got everything out of that race car, which is typical Sam Mayer. When he's on it in a qualifying lap, it's something to watch.
What about the battle we're going to have?
I love this.
With one of these guys. Me too. I know we're going to talk about playoff battles tonight, Adam, but this battle between Connor Zilic and his teammate Justin Allgaier is going to be really fun to watch tonight. And I don't want to wish bad luck on anyone.
Oh, here we go.
But I would say if Connor had a little trouble early on, it could make this pretty interesting.
I would also say that regardless of what they do tonight and regardless of who wins the regular season championship, when we reset at the end of the evening for the playoffs, the advantage that Connor and Justin are going to go have over the rest of the competition, really going to have an opportunity to make their way to Phoenix and run for the championship.
Oh, I love the anticipation. Tracker's not on
I was going to say,
7 car right now.
What is your visual assessment?
He didn't shift right there, didn't hear a downshift, and it looked to me like he rolled the middle of 1 and 2 really good. I'm going to put him in the top 3 right here.
All right.
I love this.
Let's see if it's right.
I'm rooting for him to have a fast lap.
Oh!
I'm rooting for him to be down there for Jamie's sake. 8th for Allgaier. I am so mean to you.
The eyeball test
I should have
just
put
didn't work.
money on it.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, here we go. Jeb Burton. You got Harrison Burton up there in 3rd, and this is going to be a big lap for Jeb.
This is high pressure right here. He saw what Harrison did. Oh, I mean, that's worked for some being that high, but now way too high here, I feel like. Oh, yeah, you see the tracker going the wrong way. I don't even need your visual assessment right now.
The tracker's not in. Just listen to the number of oohs and ahs from Jamie and Parker, and every one of those is 100th of a second or more in turn 1 and 2.
And I don't know if he chose to run that kind of middle on entry. I got to assume he's loose. Couldn't pull on the wheel right there.
Not the lap he needed.
No.
12th. Not terrible, but you want to start in front of it, and he's going to start behind it, and not just behind the 8 ball, but 9 positions right now behind Harrison Burton. Here's Jesse Love, who was good in practice yesterday.
And just quickly on Jeb, he's talked about not having Alliance, being 13th in points, just to, give some data that, they have the 18th fastest car on speed this year. He's done an amazing job. That race team has done an amazing job to be in this position so close to making the playoffs, but they didn't have it here in qualifying.
Jesse Love right here also did not choose to downshift in turns 1 and 2, and I just got to think that if we saw Mayer, Gray, Harrison Burton, all those guys downshift
all the way down there,
that you're going to want to do that if you're going to be on the pole. You see how low he got right there in the middle of 3 and 4, but I just don't, those guys aren't carrying the momentum on the exit of the corner that we see the top 3.
Half a second behind. Love jumps right there in front of Jeb Burton in 12th.
Yeah, Love was good yesterday in practice.
Yeah,
I thought he had one of the best cars on a mock run.
We talk about winning in, and here's one of the guys that we had on our list as potential drivers that could do it because he's had so much success here in the Craftsman Truck Series. Rookie Christian Eckes, and maybe even more confidence now because his teammate Daniel Dye's up there in 5th.
Yeah, you see he was high and then downshifted and got pointed. It's got a really good run down the backstretch, but he gave up so much time right in the middle, not being able to get turned. If he can maintain that right there, though, it'll still be a really good lap. Actually getting a little bit back, middle of the exit. Yeah. No.
He'll be in the game.
Yep, still close.
Green tonight.
Yeah, decent lap right there. P5 for him. Yeah, he'll be happy with that.
Right there with his teammate. Dye is now 6th. And we got 5 cars to go. First of those, another rookie, William Sawalich.
And he's been good in qualifying. He's a guy, a driver that has a lot of speed, and based on what we've seen out of these other JGR cars, you got to think being able to go late, temperature 75 degrees right now. Look at that. Committed big time on the entry, but going to pay a little bit of a price on exit.
It's stabilizing.
Yeah, not bad. He's got a shot if he can have a really good 3 and 4 right here.
Had a pole last fall at Phoenix.
Looks
Some
good.
would compare this track
Looks good.
to the desert.
Yeah, look at that.
There's the green.
Oh, he committed. He's going to have to check up a little bit on exit, maybe.
It's going to be close, but here he is. New man leading qualifying.
Oh, yeah.
St. Louis, William Sawalich. Give it to us, Parker.
It's a new track record.
I think it's getting worse instead.
It's getting worse.
It's getting cheesier, I can tell you that.
Well, you tried doing it multiple times.
Okay, I do not.
There's only one Tom Carnegie, you know.
That's right.
Look at this. Well, there was a flash of green there.
Yeah, big commitment on entry. And again, he's going to have a good look at the exit, though, he's generating. It's the same thing that we saw with William. Maybe not quite as much, but a lot of momentum down into turn 3. See how this car
for Junior Motorsports
can wrap the bottom. William committed to the throttle and kind of got high early on exit, but was still able to carry all the momentum down the front stretch.
Quapple, the fastest JRM Chevy, goes to 6th. Allgaier is 11th. Sammy Smith is 19th. 3 to go. Here's Nick Sanchez in the 48. A lot of truck experience here at St. Louis.
So it's like we've been seeing them diamond down in 1 and 2. We'll see what Nick decides to do here after seeing all that.
Coming off that top 5 run last Saturday in Portland, one earlier this season at Atlanta. He will be.
Look at this.
Wow, he wrapped the bottom.
He did. He gained time through the middle, but he's going to pay a little bit of a penalty down the backstretch. We'll see if he's able to maintain it through turns 3 and 4.
He is.
Harsh turning well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
he got a little back. Is it going to work?
This is a big-time tease.
Oh, it's going to be close.
At the start-finish line, Sanchez
Hey!
to the top.
Second, buddy. Hell of a job.
By a
Good job,
thousandth
everybody.
of a second. How about
Awesome
that?
job.
32.962 to 32.963. 2 rookies at the top.
And again,
He won by 1,000.
William didn't even get to get out of his car before he was beat.
Here's Austin Hill.
Hear him downshift there, got a little loose as he picked up the throttle. You see the back trying to come around on Austin Hill. Decent lap, though, he has going here.
Nearly 10 drivers that break the old track record. Top 6 have done it, 2 to go, and Hill got a pretty decent lap going off of turn 4.
Yeah, really able to wrap the bottom well. I think that's probably a gift that he has at a lot of places. He's disciplined enough to stay on the curb and not overdrive the car. And great lap right there, P8 for Austin.
Definitely a bit of a bottom feeder for Austin Hill.
It's going to be an all-rookie front row. Rookie on the pole, obviously, but who is it going to be? Sanchez, Sawalich, or this guy? Connor Zilic has won 3 in a row, 6 of the last 7, trying to claim the regular season championship tonight. Had never been to St. Louis before yesterday. Was fast in practice.
Wrapped the bottom well.
Yeah, and just, I mean, all the momentum of the series is on this 88 driver team in general. See right there, up a half a tenth. Oh, the heavy stare from Sanchez, knowing who's still left to go.
It's all about this exit.
Oh, I think he's going to have the momentum.
He's got it.
Look at that. The red-hot summer continues for Connor Zilic.
buddy. Yes, sir.
And I love it from Marty Lindley. Yes, sir. And give us one more.
One final one. It is a new track record.
Top 8 drivers break the old track record. And for Connor Zilic, it's career pole number 8. And back-to-back weeks, he'll lead us to the green. He did it last Saturday in Portland as well. Let's hear from Nick Sanchez, who missed it. It was oh so close, Kim.
Yeah, Adam, so close. Got seated by just a bit by Connor in the last second there. So for you, what do you need to do to keep track position here this afternoon?
Yeah, well, you know, we have a great Big Machine 20-year anniversary Chevrolet. It's definitely as fast as Xfinity Mobile, so I think we excel in the long run. So obviously we got track position. I'm pretty pissed not getting the pole again, but we'll get one of these days. But we're in a great position to contend for the race win.
Yep.
You know, you look up there, and Sanchez, obviously a driver that's won and locked into the playoffs. But I look at Sawalich, who will start on row 2, needs to win to get in. That's going to be a big storyline tonight. And then the other thing I look at, the Harrison-Burton, Jeb-Burton difference. Harrison qualifies 6th. Jeb going to start back in the 19th position tonight. Big advantage there for the 25. You look at the car that Connor gets out, and all those win stickers.
He's going to run out of room.
I mean, it's just crazy what this team has done this year. It's his 7th pole. He's won 8 times this year, 9 times in his career. The youngest driver to get 9 victories in the history of the Xfinity Series. And boy, he's in familiar territory, leading the field again, Kim.
That's right. So it might be the Connor Zilic show here tonight. Let's talk about that qualifying lap. Did it feel like a pole-winning lap when you were laying it down?
It's funny you say that because coming across the line, I would have I would have believed them if they told me I was 15th, and I would have believed them if I was on the pole. So, yeah, just really proud of this entire WeatherTech Chevrolet team. No matter where we go, we're as fast as Xfinity Mobile, and I know that we can win no matter the racetrack, and I think that's one of the best parts about our team. So, yeah, I think track position is going to be really important tonight, so starting up front is definitely going to help.
Outside of track position, in your hunt for the regular season championship, what's going to be this team's strength here tonight, do you think?
Yeah, I think, just I don't know. I think we're strong with everything. Our pit crew's been firing on all cylinders. Josh up on the spotter stand's been doing a great job. Everybody's just doing their job, and it's been a lot of fun to be a part of. So yeah, it's also my mom's birthday. So happy birthday, my mom. Hopefully I can get her a win tonight for her birthday, and yeah, excited for it.
You're running out of room.
I know. I need another one. I need to get to the Exalta sticker, and then I'll be happy.
That's bold from a driver who admitted this week, preseason, his goal was 4 wins, and he thought that might be aggressive. He's doubled that, and you've got to believe more to come for Connor Zilic, who starts on the pole tonight. More reaction from St. Louis as we anticipate tonight's regular season finale. A great day in St. Louis weather-wise, and perfect once again.
Make some progress from that row 18 starting position.
You know, guys, CW Sports, it's all about being informative. Parker and I are here to give you the information, but we also like to have fun every once in a while. And anytime we can poke fun at a fellow colleague, or maybe anytime that they've had an awkward interview, we like to highlight that. So take a look.
And you know, we have learned, if nothing else, in recent years, we have learned if you're going to pick a war of words, there are a lot better people to pick that fight with than Harvick. That's for sure.
Why is my dog like you?
I don't know, but I just hope his leg doesn't go up. You know what I'm saying?
That was a truck race.
I think it's a girl. I don't think it would think it's like a.
That was a truck race here, and the lights went out. There was like an accident near the racetrack.
Oh, yeah.
And we lost a transformer, and so the lights went out at the racetrack, and we had this enormous fill, and like, go get Harvick, and he's got his dog, and I got to tell you, of all the things I've done, just add that to the list. That's a good one. Say this, anytime they say, Adam, lay out, Jamie's got it, he's leading to something, I know that I'm
your face got wide-eyed.
Well, we'll have a new producer when we come on the air tonight for the regular season finale. And when we hit the green flag, these will be the standings. 31 points separating the Burtons at the cut line. And hey, I said going into it, it's going to be tough to get a new winner from below the cut line. Qualifying,
We got a chance, though.
Yeah,
I think we got a serious chance, you know. I think it's not going to be easy for Harrison.
No, it's not. And but everyone, once again, going to be chasing Connor Zilic, who wins the pole here in St. Louis. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tonight, 7 o'clock. NASCAR Countdown Live with Carla Metz and the fellas. And that happens at 7 on CW. We'll race it at 7:30. For all of us here, have a good Saturday afternoon, and congratulations, Connor.